without inflation.
Some are suggesting that one way to provide immediate relief to Americans, especially because of the way Ukraine and energy costs, is suspend the federal gas tax temporarily. What do you think?
I think that is not going to be very effective. What we should be doing, though, is looking at big oil's supply chains, because they are racking in excess profits right now. And there's a real question about whether they're war profiteering. And we need to look at how those excess profits can be passed on to lower prices for consumers at the pump.
All right, I want to stick with domestic issues because we're going to talk of foreign policy a bit in the back half of the show. Another issue that's dividing your party right now is Title 42, which it can be a little hard to understand, but it's a pandemic-era rule that has been restricting immigration and asylum seekers. Even some in your party who dislike Title 42 because they're supporters of immigration are concerned that removing it without a plan for the expected surge in migrants by the Biden administration is a bad idea. Are you satisfied with what you've heard from the White House about how they're going to handle this if that does go away? And I know there's now a judicial ruling, but if it is lifted as the CDC wants.
Well, I don't think there's any divide in the party that we need to plan to lift Title 42, without question. Title 42 is a public health measure. It's not immigration measure. And it is a short-term solution for the exigencies of the pandemic. The pandemic, we're putting it in the rearview mirror, and we need to have real immigration policy. The U.S. Citizenship Act, which I co-sponsored and which reflects the president's immigration policy, has real ideas for how to do that. We are going to invest more in technology and infrastructure for the border. We are going to guarantee rule of law and humanitarian considerations at the border. And we want to have an orderly process for immigrants to seek a better life here in the United States. Republicans aren't even willing to debate it on the House floor. Again, we don't have counter proposals that are workable from the other party right now.
But your party controls Congress and the White House. Isn't it incumbent on all of you to figure out, especially with something like this that is in the end an executive branch decision, to remove this right now?
And the president in his State of the Union said, I want to work with Republicans on opioids, for example. We are seeing historic surge of fentanyl across the border. We're seeing sex trafficking across the border. We need to address these. These are bipartisan issues. And it said 2 weeks ago I was Speaker Pro Tem, which means that I am holding the gavel and listening to both parties give their speeches at the end of the voting block. And
always an interesting time in the House. C-SPAN, if anyone's ever tuned in for those, yeah.
Always an education for a fresh member of Congress. Yeah. And I heard the Republicans come up and talk about immigration. What I heard from them was they said, Democrats hate this country. They don't believe in the rule of law. They want there to be drugs coming into the country because they want to get Republican voters addicted to fentanyl. I mean, they're saying ridiculous things. I heard not a single concrete proposal from the other party on this issue. We have a real problem at the border. Nobody on either side of the aisle is refuting that. Democrats have put forward a plan. It's called the U.S. Citizenship Act. It is investments in the border. It is investments in the Triangle countries to try to stem the flow of migrants. It is guaranteeing the rule of law and humanitarian considerations for all people trying to cross the border. I haven't heard a substantive debate from the other side yet.
All right, we're going to take a break on Newsmakers. When we come back, we're going to talk more with our guest, Massachusetts Congressman Jake Auchincloss, about the war in Ukraine and where it goes from here. Stick with us. You're watching.